And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as Humanity First. I just did a quick reload between the parts here, so you're watching this on YouTube. The previous day's part was in a previous reload. Previous load of the game. Hopefully that'll help a little bit with keeping the game smooth, let's say. Tech-wise, we're working towards inertial confinement fusion. Hopefully this will get us slightly more powerful engines for orbit defense. Technically the drives we were running are probably powerful enough for sort of offensive maneuvers. But the ships we're looking into building right now are expensive enough that I don't want to build and be wrong. Let's just say. So we're gonna delay until we get inertial confinement fusion, because I know the inertial confinement fusion is going to work, based on my understandings from previous runs. So full tech tree, inertial confinement fusion. I believe this is the one that goes all the way up to 7. Yeah. And behind that is the protium nova torch, the protium converter torch, and the protium converter torch is very powerful. Engine power. Very powerful exhaust velocity. It does have a little bit of nobles in the propellant. I think one of the earlier tier drives... We might be able to get away with a drive that has no nobles. No, that's got nobles. Not that one. Oh, do they all have nobles? That's an interesting question. Oh, yeah, they all got a little bit of nobles in them. A little bit of nobles isn't going to be too much of a problem, I think. Yeah, 0.1 per tank is not going to be too bad, because that's going to be like 60-70 tank ships, only going to be like 6-7 nobles per fueling. And we get that a day, so that's not a concern. Confirm assignments, let some time pass. Especially if it's enough of a savings in other departments that we're able to save the amount of nobles we're using in like the radiator or something.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
So right now, if we can take over Armenia, we can take it out of the Eurasian Union, push it into, or try to federate it into the European Union, and then once we've done that, we can actually do the Eurasian and the European Union. And that will be pretty useful. You can get a push into China at some point. I know we've got a different one we can put Kyrgyzstan in. Might be the Caliphate, the full-size Caliphate might do that one. And then here, I believe it is Russia. I think actually we're at the point where we can probably do... Yeah, we can do Switzerland now as well. We want to take Switzerland back over.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Crackdown complete.
Crackdown complete, good to see. So that means the purge will go off without a hitch. The maximum we can spend on missions, good to see. I should probably take up the salvage bay that I'm seeing there. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up Kill the Hive. Again, we'll probably break the non-aggression pact with the resistance, which isn't super great, but...
Policy direction complete.
Better with Jordan. Repeat and continue, and I think we will have...
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Cooldown done with you. 28th of July. It might be a little soon. We'll see.
some threats.
Okay, should be fine. Fails the purge in the African Union. Good to see. I doubt it slowed down much because we've only had sustainability 10 in the EU. No, it's actually slowed down quite a bit. We've barely increased. We haven't got it going backwards yet, and we would like it to go backwards. We're at the global temperature of 2.5 C. We'd like it to not get worse. We'd actually like it to get better, so the mean annual GDP impact goes down, not up. Thinking about that, Singapore. Don't do environment in Singapore. It's environment is one of those where it weirdly, or maybe not weirdly, it scales with size. So once you get up, it's the bigger you are, the harder it is to get it to 10. Is a good way to think about it. Once you're at 10, the bigger you are, the more effect it has. So Singapore is really tiny, so it's really easy to get it to 10. But it's also really tiny, so it's not very good to run past 10. The EU is the other way around. The EU is actually quite big, so it was a bit expensive to get up there. It isn't there currently, apparently. Something happened and its emissions went up a little bit. We'll fix that. And in fact, that'll probably fix it in a cycle. But yeah, Singapore is so small, it's not worth running environment past 10. We'll focus more on boost and knowledge. We'll do much more boost in Singapore. It's still a good place for boost.
Where to?
Okay, so I want you to purge the other one.
Removing our enemies.
You do a crackdown.
Where do you need me? Applying pressure on their people.
Yeah, I think it's too early to do
Ready for my
the
mission.
unification in Iraq, so we need to wait a turn. Wait a cycle.
Standing by.
You can now spend up to 512 to attack. I don't think we need to spend quite that much. We'll roll a 91%.
We're going in.
Your
Send you
orders?
after a different one.
Heading to the LZ.
Yeah, in your case, you're looking for mining. None of those are mining. Initial confinement is September, and it's going to take us a little while to research a useful drive. Although I might double check, I think that's a scenario where we might be able to
Lending my expertise.
research the tier 1 drive and swap from like the tier 1 to tier 6. The tier 7 drive is different per propellant type, so you can't do that swap, but I think you do 1 to 6.
We've moved the needle.
We have hurt them where it hurts.
Target
Crackdown
secured.
successful. First assault successful.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Ooh, we still lost that point in Iraq, so we'll have to go take that back. Or we can unify. Once it's unified, we'll be
Cancel.
safe. Why did the purge not? Oh, because I lost the lower one. That's super annoying.
orders? We're taking power.
Where to? Turning up the heat.
Where to? Terminating the opposition.
Where to? Applying pressure on their people.
And yeah, we definitely still need a whole lot more income. Or we can be willy-nilly direct investing to improve things other than income. That's a nice tech coming online. So, things are moving. Confirm assignments, let time move. Salvage bay. You know, if I think I have enough exotics, going into hybrid would not be super terrible. Although I'm gonna resist for a little bit longer. Let's pick up carbon capture so I can get the environmental priority improvement.
Lending my expertise.
Here's our mine back online. It's only really up to 2.5. I think it's because we've got bonked with yield minus 50% yield. Alien capital has fallen. It's good to know. Okay, so we're up to 13.8. Yeah. Sadly, we're gonna get back up to the 15 that we had back in the old
We
days.
squat upon a dying world, sucking it dry long past the point when it can still sustain us, and yet an entire galaxy of possibility beckons. Why are we so short-sighted? When will we see that there is nothing left for us here? Director Khalid Al-Ashqar, social media post.
Well, we're not done with this world. We got things to do. Antimatter mass production. We have completed that. Obviously, the follow-up is propulsion, even if we're not actually planning on doing propulsion with it. At this point, once any of these complete, it will be renewables from this point out. Arguably, that means at this point we want to do this. We want to pull away from the globals and focus really heavily on the internal projects. We're locked in on control of the Z-pinch, so we get to pick what goes after that. We're locked in on control of this one, so we're going to get to pick what goes after that. Good to know.
We have neutralized their key people. The people will come to our side.
Mission in progress.
We lost their trail.
Okay, the crackdown didn't succeed, but the purge still got a 75% chance.
Our people have taken control.
Okay, that's the more important one.
Our associates are now in charge.
There we go, we got that one. They got to take advantage of my crackdown. India captures the alien capital. The alien mission has fallen again. It has fallen time and time and time again.
Standing by for orders.
Ready.
Three-star mining org. Don't think I've got enough space anywhere to pick the 3-star. Although if it's a good 3-star, 7% is pretty bad. Right, you can get up to 4 on a 1-star. So 3 1-stars is 12. You can getting 4s on them. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the 7. Even if I had space, I'd pass on that 7.
Standing by. Terminating the opposition.
Acknowledged. Targeting their center of power.
I'm here. Heading to the LZ.
Ready for orders.
So if we don't
Heading
lose
to
the
the
point before
capital.
that goes off, we'll unify Iraq into the Caliphate, which will make it much more defended. We're about to have executive control in Armenia, which means we can pull it out of the Eurasian Union.
Lending
Onward.
my expertise.
There we go, Burger defense is back up. Carbon recapture done. We're gonna Atom Smasher. If we weren't bottlenecked by nobles, I'd probably be a little bit more interested in Atom Smashing to make some antimatter. Antimatter is quite valuable for selling on Earth.
We're winning their hearts and minds. Targets got away.
Oh, failed the crackdown. If I'm worried about exotics, the antimatter
Mission
drives are a pretty
complete.
good source of alternative high power. Application, Iraq, confirm, done. Still sitting at cohesion 5. That raised the inequality a little bit, but not too much. It did drop the GDP by quite a bit after you averaged.
The LZ is secure.
2nd of January, we can do Jordan. Kill the Hive. We've completed Kill the Hive project. The invader's weakness now exposed. We have a theoretical means of annihilating them. We cannot very well individually dispense our lethal cure to an unknown and perhaps effectively limited or infinite number of Hydras in the distant lair. Thus, the second stage of the project has been focused on the bioweapon itself, or not on the bioweapon itself, but on its delivery mechanism. One that can affect a maximum number of targets with a minimum effort. This, too, has required a biological rather than merely physical solution, and once again has involved discovering a way to turn the aliens' most potent weapon against them. We've already had our assassin's bullet, but now we have the rifle in which to fire it. We can begin. Phil's objective: prepare to kill the Hive. One off the new organization, the Omega Solution.
The pieces are in place, Colonel. All units are awaiting your orders.
Completed the prepare to kill the Hive project. Most of our research on Hydra parasites is focused on stopping or sabotaging them. A couple teams, though, have been looking more thoroughly into how they work. Standard Hydra parasite communications are incredibly complex, with a lot of information we can't decode. However, there are certain building block parasites that function as basic imperatives, similar to human fight, flight, submit reactions. Tests on captive Hydra have confirmed that a sufficient quantity of these parasites have an overwhelming effect on behavior. We've only been able to identify and reproduce 4 of these parasites so far, but one of them our boys have taken to calling the Huddle parasite. causes Hydra to congregate and share pharocytes as widely as possible. Sufficiently strong dose, the Hydra they share it with will produce the same pharocyte in turn, causing them to seek out other Hydras, who will seek out other Hydras, and so on. Put it together with our own anti-immune virus. We've got 2 halves of a whole, a weapon that will kill every Hydra it comes in contact with, and a distribution system that guarantees it will spread as widely as possible. Oh dear. Our virus was, once our virus was ready, we tested it on the captive. The huddle command obviously didn't do much, though the Hydra did itself a fair bit of damage trying to follow the directive. Once the initial pharocyte dose wore off, it calmed down and seemed unaware of the infection. It's an initial incubation period of 46 hours, and he was right on the money as usual, I'll admit. Though even I wasn't expecting how fast it progressed afterwards. Must be some sort of tipping point once enough of the leukocytes get compromised. 6 hours and increasingly erratic behavior followed by frenzy. Sure whether the Hydra actually went insane or whether the infection was just causing enough pain to make it seem that way. The noise and the violence were bad enough the guards wanted to finish it off. I overruled them on Dr. S's request, said he needed the data. It took 3.5 hours for it to die, and he stayed in the observation booth the whole time. From the way he acted, you'd think he was watching a football game. After all that, building the delivery system was simple. Basic particulate bomb. The whole thing comes in under 30 kilos, easily under the mass limit. Now we just need to get it there. Well, this is it. The delivery package for what our designers have named the Shiva virus is ready. Our forces will engage the aliens of their base and provide cover while our counselors reach the wormhole and arm the bomb and send it through. We are expecting heavy casualties, but all that matters is delivering that weapon and send it through at any cost. Have our counselors assigned the Omega Solution org target the aliens' wormhole module at their primary Cooper base with the trigger the weapon mission. To launch the counselor mission to win the game, we must first fulfill the following goals to ensure our victory. Aliens must control no more than 0% of Earth's regions. Check. Alien and pro-alien factions must control no more than 20% of Earth's regions. Faction controls a region when it has executive control of the region's nation, in more than half the total control points in that nation. Current value, 13%, so check. Destroy all HABs of Tier 3 and greater, belonging to the alien and the human supporters in the Mercury system, the Venus system. Check, check. Earth system, not check. Mars, check. And the rest outward, not check. And destroy all fleets with a combat strength of 4,000 and greater belonging to the aliens and their human supporters. So we're actually apparently doing a decent job of keeping the aliens down. The aliens only have 2 fleets that meet that requirement. One at Io and one at Humana. I suspect the one at Humana is over the alien main base. Yeah, that seems to track. They're probably at Able Station, in orbit over the aliens main base. That is our primary objectives. And yeah, resistance, that breaks the resistance non-aggression back to us, which is a bit of a shame. That's one reason we were delaying that. Get that precision focusing software so our lasers do extra damage.
We're in control.
And we are in control there. Oh, and I need to hold it for 103 days to get them out of the Federation, do I? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Sadly, I can't kick them from the Eurasian Union side.
What's the op?
Okay, project them out of that point again.
Targeting the opposition.
Your orders? Going after their people.
Ready for my mission. We'll make our appeal.
Series the next one
Acknowledged.
there. I'm gonna have you do a... Oh, you can't do defense for whatever reason. Set national policy in China then.
On my way to
Pull
the
you back
capital.
to the defendant.
Ready.
Interests in... No, we'll hold off until we get the exact... get the first point back. Although I will actually have you assault alien asset instead. That one's probably the one to do. 89 before we spend some ops. We'll spend a little bit.
Going
Sure,
in
it's a
hot.
guaranteed. Almost a guaranteed. Well, it's guaranteed as anything can be in this game. Okay. Confirm assignments, let time pass.
Lending my expertise.
That reminds me, I should spend that influence. Spent in... Well, direct investment capped in you. Russia, we can spend some more. And then I didn't assign the Omega solution, although I should do that at some point. We'll have to clear 3 space somewhere for a triggered weapon. Although... maybe it's not a rush to put the Omega solution on anyone. We're not ready to fly it yet, and it's just a 3 Andaman for 3 stars, so it's not that good. Well, that's probably worth doing it for the government. In terms of most government priority. Yeah, I think we're at the point where we're got climate change at the point where it's not going to get worse.
Public opinion is
It's going
moving
to be an
in
absolute
our
pain to make it
direction.
better.
Controllers
So
vulnerable
not getting
now.
worse is a good start. Okay, we got a purge off before they get their purge off. Oh, the executive will be protected, which is good to know. You've arrived at Earth orbit. We're about to send a welcoming party to them. Trying to land an army? Yeah, we're not going to let another army through. There we go. We took some damage, but we stopped the landing party. So that assault carrier is not making it to base, or we're not making it to land.
Policy direction complete.
Oh, I can do some unifications here. We want to keep Taiwan separate. We'll put the other one back in that we control.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Paramilitary violence. guess the peacekeeping forces. We'll see how that works.
Our people have taken control.
Okay, we took it back. So if they didn't take the executive, they didn't. The executive's protected for the moment.
Ready for orders. We must persuade the people.
Ready for orders. Making things safe for our people.
Ready to go.
Get rid of that alien facility in our territory.
Taking it to them.
Ready to go.
Anyway, let's have you set national policy in China again. We're going to actually get rid of an army this
Time
time.
to make our move.
Again, we've got 16 armies. I think I only need like 6. Really. Like, the resting unrest point is -4 right now. We can definitely go down a few. Take it like 0. Free up that IP for actually, you know, fixing the problems with China. And then in here, we're waiting for national confinement, 23rd of January. Do I accelerate that so I can get it done quicker? You know what? Let's make that one, particularly that one, go faster. 18th of November if we do it that way.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
The people will come to our side.
We've moved the needle.
Oh, and they managed to crack that one down anyway. Oof.
Mission complete.
Yeah, we're going to disband an army. Obviously not one of the ones with the Navy. I'm gonna get that frees up some development points to help develop it faster. Afghanistan and Cameroon. Who's Japan at war with that that's going to get us involved with if I say yes? Just Afghanistan and Cameroon. I'm still going to say no. Was a little tempted. If it was asking the African Union, I would have been a little more tempted. Which text am I currently working on? Global Empire Atom Smasher. Okay. Let's do armor struts. I probably don't need or want armor struts, but like that would be useful for building smaller ships. I was going to building smaller ships. You probably want command because you're a permanent devised duty to you. Science. Are you persuasion kept? Yes. So investigate, obviously. Okay, that's our advisors. Spend that influence that's accruing. Not in EU, and in Russia. Up to 3 digits. Now with cash, we probably want to get up into the middle of the 3 digits. We want to get up to like 500, so it's still quite a way to go.
I'm here.
Where do you need me?
What's the op?
Yeah, I think we're still super stable here. Negative 4.2, yeah. So I'm going to send you back. Continue
Heading to the capital.
setting national policy.
Reporting in.
We'll have you continue to hunt the alien.
Gear up.
At your service. Securing our control.
Try to defend the other one to slow the burn in. Their burn in. Getting in there. At 4.2, we'd like you to be more. We'd like you to be more stable. Plus 12.8 from regions with hostile claims? What? You have one region. How? Do you not have a claim on your own region? Don't have a claim on your own region. That is interesting. That's fixable. So that's very interesting. It's not expecting that to be what's making you unstable. Yeah, and I don't have the money to afford rapidly fixing the government there. So you're gonna have to slow roll it. Here's armor threads done. That wasn't going to take very long. Yeah, we'll work on getting to hybrid armor. I don't think it's cheap enough in the exotics for the sort of ships we're building.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
Yes, it's true that this technology could be a godsend. But from Nobel to Oppenheimer, history teaches us that unchecked human instinct will cause even the most well-intended concept to go disastrously awry. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee speech to the United Nations.
There we go. So there's the inertial confinement fusion research complete. Now we're in future tech land, so space. Get that more mining operation. We'll turn the speed down on that. We're gonna. Oh no, I gotta wait for the tech to actually pop up first. So unpause. Shouldn't take that long.
We've moved the
project to pop up. Because I think we're going to do inertial
People will come to
confinement
our
fusion again. We did it in previous rounds. Who in Taiwan? That's annoying. "44 ships. What are you up to with your 44 ships?" Can I... Well, I'm pretty sure I can fight that. Question is, do I want to fight that? Manually, no. Manually, I don't. But we should fight that. Okay, we're gonna merge all the fleets, make one big Doomstat, go deal with Victor 100.
Policy direction complete.
By the numbers.
When I was a kid, the threat of nuclear Armageddon was on every front page, every day. So forgive me if I get just a tiny bit anxious when you tell me that our best hope of sailing the stars is staging nuclear explosions inside our spacecraft. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Secure Correspondence.
Well, rocketry is explosive, let's just say. Z-Pinch Techniques is now done. You know, I'll do life science. We might as well try to keep our counselors alive. Where did 100 go? Nope, they just went like, yep, no, we're out. Okay, go back to where you came from. Gotta take Singapore back and the Armenia point back. 6 ships, yeah, okay, so we sally this batch. There we go. Yeah, that interceptor went a little bit better than the last one.
Ready to go.
Okay, so I need to try to get my points back before stuff goes wrong. So you want to do crackdown in probably Singapore.
Cracking down.
Give it some influence. We're a little bit more likely to succeed.
Targeting their key people.
I'm here.
Acknowledged. Removing our enemies.
Ready.
Ready. We're going in.
Where to?
Oh, you have neither purge nor crackdown. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to brute force
Acknowledged.
the last purge, which is fine. We can do that.
We're taking power.
And here, we're waiting for one of the drives, or one of the power plants to show up. I'm actually surprised it hasn't. It is what it is. Okay, another fleet going for Mercury. That's a fairly big fleet, but that's something we can deal with. The annoying thing with this is if it doesn't come for a fleet, so we gotta split the fleet or bring the whole fleet down but be late, sort of thing.
Lending my expertise.
There we go, let's put the fleet back out again. Yeah, I think I just got unlucky. I've just been rolling the ones that we're not interested in.
We have neutralized
As far as the
their
order
key
that they're
people.
coming out. Okay, crack down Singapore, so the purge should work. That's what we've been looking
We're
for.
winning their hearts and minds.
I do want that more than the exotic armor. And yeah, the drive on that one is hydrogen. Yeah, so we should be able to go from 1 to 7 or 1 to 6. So I should be able to one that runs off of the first drive and the second to last drive. The final drive I won't be able to do, but really we don't need the final drive until we're pushing towards the alien main base. Jupiter we can get away with 6. 6 out of 7.
By the numbers.
We are in control now.
We're in control here.
Interesting, they're proposing alliances with us. Okay, so we did get successfully back to control those locations. Taiwan's probably worth the way it's going to be getting back. It's just in Rust, flip it again.
The government must fall.
Reporting in.
At your service. The people demand justice.
Standing by for orders. It's time to bring it all down.
February for the inertial confinement. Same for the Atom Smasher, so those will actually be ending around the same time. Okay, that's fine. Term assignments, let time pass. Panic.
Lending my expertise.
The revolution is coming.
The uprising is underway.
The revolution is coming.
The uprising is underway.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
I think I'm gonna have to go take that Armenia one back. Not necessarily that worried about Armenia, it's just I'd like to get it out so I can get the Russia into the EU. And to be fair, the long-term solution to the Armenia issue is to pull it out of the Eurasian one so I can put it in the EU.
Standing by for orders.
Ready for my mission. Terminating the opposition.
Ready. Turning up the heat.
Where do you need me? On my way to the capital.
Lending my expertise.
Okay, so if everything goes according to plan, we'll pull Armenia out of the Eurasian Union. In the next cycle, we can then ask the Eurasian Union to join the EU.
The people will be free.
Public opinion is moving in our direction. Crackdown complete.
There we go. While waiting for the drive or one of the follow-up techs, we'll work on the exotic armor.
Mission complete.
Wait, you only federate with Armenia. Why not with Eurasian Union? Do you have another member of the Federation that I'm just missing? Sort them out. Surprised that's not working the way I was expecting it to.
Our associates are now in charge.
Nope, that's a fleet. 30 ships large. We're gonna hit continue. We're gonna see what it does. That way we can see if that's actually a better drive as far as acceleration is concerned. Nope, showed up, hanged around for a little bit, and then didn't went home. Okay. I do want to get up the power plant line sooner rather than later, so we're going to take the power plant one. I'm not set that as a favorite. Nope, no, I'm just misreading it. There it is.
Reporting in. It's time to bring it all down.
Ready for my mission. Making things safe for our people.
Standing by for orders. On my way to the capital.
Standing by. Time to make our move.
We do some modifications at least, even if it's not exactly the ones I want to be working on at the moment. We'll see if we can pick that one up. Although 2 for 4 is not very good. Yeah, so we got a 1 for 4. The 1 for 4 is far better. Okay. Confirm silence, let time pass. It's probably the last counselor cycle of this video. We will record one more tonight, I think it's the plan.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our control.
The people will be free.
The people will come to our side.
Mission complete.
Federate Armenia.
Policy direction complete.
Communications with Jordan. Go. You can federate with the Caliphate, which is not what we want to do. Although we'd like you to federate with the Eurasian Union. For whatever reason, you are unwilling to do so. It might be some weird situation where it really wants the Eurasian Union to lead the Federation, which is not what we want. Not what we want at all. Because first, it's not democratic enough. To be fair. Trying to push you into you, but apparently it's not letting me for whatever reason. We'll see if it lets me after Armenia is dealt with. Yeah. No, back in control of Taiwan. And yeah, I think the answer is just going to be we push it back into China in the long run. Because it's not stable enough and it's not going to be quick enough to stabilize.
Standing by for orders. The people will rise.
Standing by.
What's the people will rise.
You know, we're probably still interested in getting rid of more armies in China, but first things first. Declare war on Iran. You could federate with the EU and the African Union. For some reason, again, it should be that the European Union here should be able to federate with Eurasian, because we've got a claim on their capital. Right, we got all these claims on them, and most importantly, we have it on Moscow, which is as a capital region. And you have fewer claims. Maybe because it sometimes doesn't let you do unifications. Yeah, this is what's going on, right. It's it doesn't let you unify two unifications. Doesn't let you unify two federations. That makes sense. Right, so this is still considered a federation, even though it doesn't have any federation members besides Eurasian Union. European Union must not be a lead nation of federation. And yeah, so that's why that's not working. Whereas, yeah, so it's because it's considered a lead nation, even though I've kicked the other member of the Federation out. So there's no one, you're not federated with anyone. Japan. When did Japan get in the Union? When did Japan get in the Union? Yeah, when did Japan get in? That's gonna actually be a little annoying because I've got to kick Japan out apparently. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go take it to Japan. We're not doing that in this one. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're gonna record another part tonight. Although the next part tonight will be the last part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm gonna take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we will be back to record one more part, and hopefully be making some ships in the next one. Hopefully. So until then, I'm gonna wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.